Top Row Racing Media, sitting here with Kenyon Midget, a series participant, our first one of the day. We have Lee Pierce here, and Lee was giving us quite a backstory. He's been out of racing for about 13, 14 years, has done dirt, done other things, and then midgets for about 20. So, you know, he participated at the Rumble this past year in Fort Wayne, which we were at, and got to watch a lot of the races. So, Lee, kind of give us your background and what, you know, got you back into racing, especially midget racing, after so many years.
Background is I started in karts when I was about 8 years old. Raced karts for probably 15 years and got a little bit older and decided that I wanted something with a cage and belts. So I got into a stock car and a midget as well. The midget was just more of a rental situation. I got to test drive one and fell in love and didn't really have the money at the time to fund a midget, so I went on ahead and rented a few times out the Speedrome. Then I got back into a stock car and had been on dirt for 10 plus years off and on. Nothing super consistent, but went through a divorce, and after that divorce, didn't think I'd ever get back into racing. And my current wife now, seeing how much I absolutely loved it, and started pulling strings behind my back and making connections, and got me back into a car.
Yeah, and that's something that, you know, off camera we were talking about your Rumble experience and how you know, that Friday kind of didn't go as planned, but you guys were able to come back from that and get going. So you had your Rumble experience. You know, what excites you about getting, back into doing things, again, just going to the track, being around the people?
Well, the Rumble experience kind of set it all back up with the camaraderie that you get at the track, how everybody just, is family, and they all just, gather in and help. We thought we were done after an accident on Friday night, and we had the car apart and back together within an hour and a half. It's just such a family atmosphere. Nobody seems like they're any better than anybody else. They just, all want to help you.
Mm-hmm. So when you look at the tracks that you're going to be going to this year, with the schedule with the Kenyon, they're joining up the 500 Tour on 7 of their races. What one stands out to you that you're looking forward to, or what one, have you had experience with in the past, or you excited to get back to?
Paragon will be interesting because I've raced a stock car there. That'll be interesting. Some of the higher speed tracks like Kalamazoo and like Berlin, I'm interested, like I've been on pavement, but nothing quite that big. So that'll be, an interesting twist. And, Anderson, Circle City, because they're all close to family and friends. So. And
then who helps get you to the track? You mentioned your wife. Do you have other sponsors who help you get to the track, other people you're working with?
Max Steel Services is my primary sponsor. I have a tow vehicle because of them. They've been fantastic. Segrosi Moss has been great. My crew, Brian Richardson's fantastic. My son's going to help. Austin, he's coming back from the military in June, so he's actually going to come on board and help out at the track. And then after that, it's kind of like a crapshoot on who you can gather up to take to the track, unfortunately, but that's just how it is. So.
Yeah. Now, as you're getting back into things, is there anywhere, for people watching this who want to follow your story, especially getting back into racing, where they can get on social media, like any Facebook, any pages?
Instagram, Pierce42 Racing.
Pierce42 Racing,
yep.
All right. And they can do that on Instagram
Yep,
then?
on Instagram, yep.
All right. And then do you plan to run full-time with the Kenyons this year?
I'm going to try to run full-time this year. I'm going to try to run
any other racing plans, too, that you think about?
Oh, Rumble again, of course. I've got to go back there and redeem myself.
Yeah, and what did you think of the new surface this year that you experimented after talking with some tracks out in the Northeast?
As we had talked about off camera, it definitely got a little tacky for the Kenyon cars there and needed a little more horsepower. But it was a very racy surface. It's going to be that way going forward. They're not going to change it now, so I've got to adapt to that. So, but it was good racing.
Right. Well, again, definitely good luck this year as you jump back into things. And I know we're excited to get back to the Rumble, but we got a lot of racing ahead of us before we can get to the Rumble. So I think even ourselves, we have a better plan for next year, compared to what we did this past year with 24 cameras all around. So it was a lot.
I have an office in Fort Wayne, and I always drive past the Coliseum all the time.
Yeah.
And I always stop and joke and take pictures of the fact that I'm getting ready to load in already because
you're
looking forward to it already.
No, it's I mean, that's definitely just a fun and unique experience in itself, to be at the Rumble and, going on their 26th year coming up this year. But yeah, lots of racing, even outdoors to get ahead, especially, with first races right around the schedule. So again, good luck this season, Lee, and thank you so much for your time today.
And thank you.
Yeah, greatness. Yeah, it feels like greatness. Woo! Greatness. Yeah, it feels like greatness.